Good morning, Glorians! Indeed, that this is the day that the Lord has made, so let us rejoice and be glad in it. Welcome to our third virtual year-end recognition with our annual theme, SOAR, Embracing Opportunity. Parents, teachers, students, faculty and staff, visitors, and to those who joined us via FB Live and Zoom, a warm welcome to all of you. We are so proud of each one of you and believe in your ability to make difference in your lives and in the lives of those around you. Also, I want to thank those of you who chooses to dress up today. You look all great. We gather in this space today to honor, celebrate, and recognize a plethora of accomplishments. Good morning to all of you. Let us begin our program with the entrance of colors, followed by the opening prayer to be led by Ma'am Gloria.
Tayo ng manalangin. Panginoon, pinupuri ka namin sapagkat ikaw ay dakila at banal. Nagpapakumbaba po kami lumalapit sa iyo at lubos ang aming kagalakan sapagkat kasama ka namin sa espesyal na araw na ito. Salamat po sa mga biyayang aming natanggap, sa iyong pagsama sa amin sa kabila ng panahong ito, Panginoon. Salamat at ikaw ang aming kasama. Ginabayan niyo po kami. Ikaw po ang siyang tumulong sa amin sa mga oras na kami ay nahihirapan, Panginoon. Maraming salamat, O God. Salamat sa karunungan ay pinagkaloob mo sa amin. At ito ang dahilan kaya meron kaming recognition day, Panginoon. Sa mga karangalang tatanggapin ng mga mag-aaral, nawa ito ay magsilbing inspirasyon upang patuloy na tahakin ang magandang buhay na iyong itinakda para sa kanila. Ayon nga po sa sinasabi niyo sa Isaiah 58, verse 12 to 14. Ikaw rin po ang maging gabay at tanglaw namin sa lahat ng hakbang na aming tatahakin. Ang lahat ng ito, Panginoon, ay nanggaling sa iyo. Kaya naman, Panginoon, ibinabalik po namin ito na may pagpupurit pasasalamat sa tanging pangalan ni Jesus. Amen.
Let us all stand as we sing our national anthem, followed by the Kalamba hymn, Panatang Makabayan, Pledge to the Christian Flag, and Pledge to the Bible.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Lupang hinirang, Kabanatang Makabayan. Iniipit ko ang Pilipinas, aking lupang sinalangan, tahanan ng aking lahi, kinukupkop ako at tinutulungan na maging malakas, masipag at marangal dahil mahal ko ang Pilipinas. Diringgin ko ang payo ng aking magulang, susundin ko ang tungkulin ng aking paaralan, tutuparin ko ang mga tungkulin ng mamayang makabayan. Naglilingkod, nag-aaral at nagdarasal ng buong katapatan. Iaalay ko ang aking buhay, pangarap at pagsisikap sa bansang Pilipinas.
I pledge allegiance to the Christian flag and to the Savior for whose kingdom it stands, one Savior, crucified, risen, and coming again with life and liberty for all those who believe.
I pledge allegiance to the Bible, God's holy words, and I will make it a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. And I will hide each words in my heart, that I may not sin against God.
Let's keep on standing to give reverence to the reading of the scripture to be led by the grade 8 students.
Isaiah 58, verse 11 to 14. The Lord will guide you always. He will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land, and will strengthen your fame. You will be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose waters never fail. Your people will rebuild the ancient ruins, and will raise up the age-old foundations. You will be called repairer of broken walls, restorer of streets with dwellings. If you keep your feet from breaking the Sabbath, and from doing as you please on my holy day, if you call the Sabbath a delight and the Lord's holy day honorable, and if you honor it by not going your own way, and not doing as you please or speaking idle words, then you will find your joy in the Lord, and I will cause you to rise on heights of the land, and to feast on the inheritance of your father Jacob. The mouth of the Lord has spoken, nor his ears to thou to hear.
You may now be seated. Let us welcome our directress, Ma'am Cecil Clarito, for our welcoming remarks and to introduce our speaker for this morning. Let's give her a round of applause.
Today is a day of celebrating and recognizing a year of everyday victories and growth. I feel proud of our graduates, completers, and movers, and everyone of school year 2021-2022. Our dear students, I want to congratulate you on everything that you have done. Your persistence and perseverance paid off. You have gone through a very difficult time this school year, and now you are finished. Your faith and trust in God made you not only survive but thrived. Your exceptional action and work in these exceptional times made this year very meaningful. Congratulations. Isaiah 58:14 says, "Then you will find your joy in the Lord, and I will cause you to ride in triumph on the heights of the land, and to feast on the inheritance of your father Jacob. For the mouth of the Lord has spoken. Ride upon the high places of the earth." This basically means that the Lord will bless His covenant people, and that is you, to rise above all obstacles, be protected and out of the reach of danger, be victorious over enemies, and be closer to God. Our dear Glorians, soar and soar high, seize and embrace the opportunity amidst any crisis. Become a true Glorian, persevering and flourishing, and remembering that God's love for you never fails. Whatever He has started in your life, He will complete it. Trust only in Jesus. To all the teachers and staff of Hope of Glory Christian School of Calamba, thank you for the way you have worked to ensure that learning is delivered and in place. The Lord bless your generous hearts. My heartfelt gratitude to all the parents for the significant work and involvement that you have put into this. You all made a big difference in our school history. God bless you more abundantly in every way. Again, my congratulations to all of you, students, staff, and parents. It is remarkable that we managed to put it off together. Praise the Lord. Our guest speaker was born on the 4th of January 1999 in Quezon City. She grew up the second child of three siblings here at Calamba, Laguna. She finished her elementary education at Hope of Glory Christian School of Calamba 2011, and she graduated as the class valedictorian. After graduating and finishing her secondary education, she took up Bachelor of Science in Psychology at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines year 2015. The year following, 2016, she transferred to the University of the Philippines, taking up Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. She was hugely supported by the scholarship program of the provincial government of Laguna and Dr. Eulalio P. Baltazar Memorial Scholarship. She majored in horticulture and chose post-harvest physiology as her field of specialization. She has been a member of the UP Horticulture Society since 2018 and became its vice president in 2019 and finally its president in 2020. While finishing her undergraduate thesis, which focused on extending the storage life of soursop through modified atmosphere packaging and low temperature storage, she was offered a job at the Post-Harvest Horticulture Training and Research Center as a project assistant under the project, assuring quality, safety, and nutritional benefits from organically grown fruits and vegetables through post-harvest systems improvement. After graduating, she started working as a university research associate at PHDRC since 2021 till the present. Her project, development of post-harvest technologies for turmeric rhizomes for fresh market processing and for seeds planting materials. Her work at present makes her to travel in many different places to pursue and reinforce the project. It's my honor to present to you our very own, our homegrown talent, our speaker, Miss Alexi Joy Francis.
To the school directress, Pastora Cecil Clarito, to the school principal, Miss Coria de Guzman, to the school registrar, Miss Juvie Lacdao, to the faculty and staff, the parents, the relatives and friends, and to the pupils and students, a pleasant day to all. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to my alma mater for giving me the privilege to speak today and join you to celebrate this wonderful occasion. I am humbled and grateful to share to you my journey, which has led me into the person I am today. When I started elementary, life did not become easy for me nor my family. But I never lost faith as the Lord has been with me in all steps of my journey. My first hurdle happened during my first grade of elementary school. I was diagnosed with mild epilepsy. It is a terrifying disorder that gave me seizures that would last for a few seconds and would rob me of my consciousness. But the Lord is good. By the time I had reached third grade, I was completely healed. And not only that, I have even begun to excel in all of my subjects. But that wasn't the only hurdle, as my family had to often deal with financial problems. I still remember the days when me and my kuya would often have to write promissory notes before taking exams because we have failed to pay our monthly school fees. But even then, the Lord is good. For not only has He blessed me with the miracle of health, He has also blessed us with a school that has people of kind and considerate hearts. Pastor Vincent, Teacher Cecil, and our other teachers did not treat us any differently from the other students, even though we were frequently unable to pay our fees on time. Even against the odds, I was able to maintain being the top student of my class and graduated as the class valedictorian in 2011. It was also here in this school that I first experienced being a leader when I was given the honor to be one of the officers of the student body organization. However, that feeling of cloud nine did not last, for I did not qualify for admission in both the UP Rural High School and the Philippine Science High School. I was emotionally devastated. I started questioning everything that I had believed about myself, my experiences, my achievements, my victories. But just as I was wallowing in my despair, a ray of hope shone itself onto me. For whenever a door closes, a window opens. And my window was the Columbia Institute, where the next 4-year journey of my life would happen. The institute offered me 100% discount on my tuition fee for a whole year as for graduating as a class valedictorian. And I may have not excelled as much academically in high school, but I was a consistent student of the pilot section where I would come to meet the best of friends I have today. And as if that wasn't enough, I was also given the opportunity to rediscover the confidence that I had lost. For in my high school years, I would become a valuable player, a member of the choral club, an auditor of the senior organization, and the secretary of the Supreme Student Government. However, high school is not always about fun. High school is an important time for an important decision, a decision all of you will soon have to make. You will have to answer the question, who will I become? And I gave my own answer to that question. For the latter years of my high school years, I have decided on what I would be in college. It was one of the biggest decisions that I have ever made. I would have to be certain of my decision because I did not want all the effort, time, and money to be wasted. So I started by listing the things that sparked my interest and what I was good at. I did my own research and diligently asked people walking different paths in life. But several months quickly passed by, and I had yet to make up my mind. I was running out of time, and I was getting impatient and frustrated. But one day, as if the Lord whispered in my ear, I suddenly remembered an experience I had when I was 9. There was a summer activity for the children back at the church. It was a trip to one of the farms in Tagaytay. I had many memorable experiences back at that farm. I even held my first worm there from the vermicompost. I also managed to harvest my first pineapple. I was so happy that day that I remembered making a silent resolution to do those things again when I grow older. So there I was, stronger, resolute, and sharper than ever. My confidence was back at the top, and I now know my walk in life. But as in life, things do not always go as you want them to. As if to play a horrible joke, I was turned down again in my dream university. I had failed to cut. The sting of rejection does not easily fade. Again, I found myself in a cycle of negativity and other cognitive distortions. But as it had always been, the Lord is good. He once again found me and showed me another path to walk. I got admitted to the Polytechnic University of the Philippines Santo Tomas campus. From there, I took up psychology, since agriculture was not part of their programs. I wanted to learn and understand more of myself and the other people around me. Months quickly came by, and I was still trying to convince myself that the university I was attending was where I should be. But my heart did not rest. It was yearning. My heart still did not give up, and there I realized I still wanted to have that BS agriculture degree more than ever. I have always known that I wanted to help other people, especially the farmers, in some way or another. And with that, I found new resolve. I would later on accomplish my freshman year in PUP, obtain great grades, and I later found myself being accepted for transferring to my dream school with my dream course. I was accepted as a BS Agriculture student of the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. My first semester was not easy, and it did not help that there were so many adjustments to my life. One of these adjustments was living in a dormitory without the presence of my family. I even remember my first night. I was just buying ice cream at 7-Eleven when I suddenly burst into tears thinking how I missed our home, as well as my sister Aliyah. To be honest, it was kind of funny. After all, the distance between Calamba and Los Baños is really not far. But at the time, that was the farthest thing from my mind, as it was the first time I've encountered being homesick. At that time, I had no idea that it would affect me that bad. I also had to suddenly start to learn how to budget my allowance. Even living my daily life suddenly needed more attention. I needed to fit I needed to fit in one day 200 pesos for my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as my commute and photocopying expenses. It was because of this that I started to miss the food that we had at home, the food that my mother made. It was during my stay at the university that I started to understand my mother more. It was this hard to budget, and not only that, it was also hard to clean the CR, the laundry, and take a trip to the grocery. It was hard to find balance. I was clearly out of my comfort zone, but I tried to stay positive. After all, being out of your comfort zone can also mean one thing, that I was growing. Sometimes in life, you will need to check your path alone so that you can understand more for yourself. Another struggle I felt was the feeling of inferiority I had with my classmates. I was a transferee. I was a transfer student, and they were UPCAT passers. But even with all my doubts about myself, the Lord was always there with me. He always tried to prove me wrong about my doubts. I started being at the top of my exams. For many semesters, I was part of the honor roll and sometimes a college scholar. However, keep in mind that did not happen in an instant. I may not have been as smart as them, but I was more diligent. Mas masipag ako. Whenever they did something, I would go the extra mile. If they would study for 3 hours, I would do 6. I did my best to read before class. I would often read books that my professors recommended, attend free tutorials made by student organizations. If they could do it, why couldn't I? After all, God is good, and He would not make my efforts in vain. Fast forward to my second year, I was later given a chance to become part of a group that would represent my university, UPLB, for the Search for Kabataang Organic Agriculture Quiz Contest. This was a program of the Agricultural Training Institute where different studies of different state universities and colleges would compete with each other. This program aimed to spark interest and to disseminate knowledge and facts about organic agriculture. It was also in my second year when I started to apply for scholarships inside UPLB. I had a hard time taking care of this because suddenly I was managing documents that I needed. But I needed to stand strong because the opportunity was not something that might present itself again. Unfortunately, I wasn't accepted at my first attempt. But as you all have seen by now, I did not give up. After some time, I reapplied, and at my second attempt, I got accepted. At this point, I was nearing my third year. And during my third year, I had the confidence to join one of the student organizations, an organization called UP Horticultural Society. The process was not easy. At the beginning, I didn't even consider joining an organization because this was just another added responsibility. The process of joining itself was tedious and the commitment needed was huge. But at the same time, I did not want to limit my college experience. I wanted to challenge myself and explore new horizons. It was here that I also thought about building my connections with the people in the same field. Besides these reasons, I also wanted to promote horticulture and to serve the community with the same people who held the same aspirations as I have. As our organization's motto says, horticulture for the people. I had many experiences with my organization, and by the years of 2019 and 2020, I had become its vice president and eventually its president. The responsibilities of my newfound position was not easy, especially since I had to balance out being an executive officer with my academics and my position as a youth leader in our church. It was at this moment that I had learned so many things: time management, leadership, people management, and response to problems. I was not comfortable, but I could definitely feel myself maturing. Now it is my fourth year, and I tried applying for a student exchange program as it was a long held wish of mine to experience studying in another country. That was why I got so excited that I was selected as a candidate for this program at Gyeongsang National University, South Korea. But in the end, even though it was painful, I had to let the opportunity go because of both my family's financial situation and my thesis, as my advisor was about to retire. This decision was not easy for me, and it didn't help that I knew how good of an opportunity this program could have been for me. But I knew that everything that happens for a reason. And so it happens by the end of March 2020, which was the post start of the exchange program, the lockdown started in our country. It was a good thing that the Lord kept me from going out of the country because it would have been harder to come back. Even when we think that we have things figured out and everything is going to plan, life happens. After working on my thesis outline, my advisor and panelist finally gave me the approval to start setting up my experiments. It was then that the lockdown was announced to stop the spread of the coronavirus. No student was allowed to use the laboratory. And while those announcements were painful, I slowly accepted the fact that I will now be delayed in my graduation because of the pandemic. Months came by before I even got allowed to start my experiment. Fast forward, I finally finished my experiments when the hardest part of my thesis finally happened, the manuscript for my thesis. I kept on procrastinating because of the underlying fear that I may not be good enough, that I may fail. Maybe the quality I did would not be of standard. I felt that I had lost my momentum because of the pandemic. It came to the point where I had to cry to the Lord because I had given up. It was overwhelming and I was tired. I still had to do my thesis and finish 2 term papers for 2 other subjects. But the Lord finds ways, and He reminded me of a promise I made to Him years back before I entered UPLB. I was praying to the Lord that if I got accepted into UPLB, I would do my everything, no matter how hard it is, to see it through to the end. So I told myself, all right, one more time. And I started to give even just an hour of my everyday life to write, even just one sentence, as long as I was moving forward. And I became consistent. And before I knew it, I was done. I finished defending my thesis and was even offered a job before even graduating. All of this would not have been possible if the Lord was not with me. Being a college student was not in any way easy. It, but it was in college that I came through the happiest moments of my life. I learned more about myself during college, and it was here that I could bring out the best version of myself. College gave me various opportunities to develop not only my critical thinking, but also my creativity and athletic side. There were many times that I couldn't even sleep, where I would complain, break down, and give up. But no matter what, God was with me. He kept on answering the questions to my voice. It was hard, but I am thankful for the great opportunities given to me by the Lord to study the course I wanted at one of the top universities of the country. You see, my failures from my past do not define me. I learned that I should not worry about failing, as the story of our lives does not end with it. In fact, from failures do we get to start anew. Slowly did I understand that no matter what challenges come to my life, it never means that the opportunities that present itself are limited. In truth, more of them present themselves. Failures taught me that life is not linear, but a meandering one. I know that God allowed me to experience failures so that I could see the things He wants me to see and understand the things He wants me to understand. But getting over my failures did not happen overnight. It was a gradual process. I admit that at times life can be overwhelming. Many of the most exciting and desirable opportunities in life come hand in hand with a sense of fear and weakness. Fear of embarrassment, fear of change, fear of failure, fear of responsibilities, and fear of commitment. Try to embrace anything that makes you feel a little scared and uncertain. So often, the things that scare us are the things that change us for the better. It is okay to be afraid and nervous, but you should not allow yourself to be consumed and paralyzed by fear. As the scripture says in Isaiah 58, verse 14, then you will find your joy in the Lord, and I will cause you to ride in triumph on the heights of the land and feast on the inheritance of your future Jacob, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. Sabi dito, then you will find your joy in the Lord. And that no matter how tired we get with what we do, we sometimes cannot explain that at the end of the day, joy is present in our hearts. We can't understand why at times where everything seems chaotic, peace lingers in our hearts. And I think that that's the Lord reminding us of his goodness, love, faithfulness, and grace. Sabi pa doon, because I will cause you to ride in triumph on the heights of the land and to feast on the inheritance of your future. Do not worry because God will make us victorious. He will make us rise above obstacles. He will be with us all throughout the journey. And for the last part, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. It is a promise by God, and his promises are sure. But before God fulfills his promise, he wants you first to go through a process. God puts you in those situations, maybe because he wants to teach you something, or maybe he wants you to become closer to him, or maybe he wants you to fix your character, or enhance your ability until you can do what you are supposed to do. God will give us many opportunities so we may learn and grow. God uses this series of actions to prepare our hearts before he gives us his promises. And now, I want to congratulate each one of you, the students, parents, and teachers, for soaring high like an eagle and embracing the opportunities the school year has given you despite of this pandemic situation. The hardships of online class setup, the fear, anxieties, sleepless nights, and silent breakdowns. I believe that you are not the same person you were last year, because now you are stronger, braver, and wiser. Again, congratulations, and God bless us all.
Indeed, that God is great. Thank you for that amazing and encouraging message. I hope everybody listened and learned from that message we heard today. Moving on, this is it. Are you all excited to know what your awards are? Even Teacher Nifty is so excited too. But let us pause for a moment because we will witness a special number from the grade 2 pupils. Let us give them a round of applause.
There's not a star in heaven that we can reach.
If we're trying, so we're breaking free.
You know the world can see us in a way that's different than who we are.
Feelings praise the mirrors, slower than our hearts.
But your faith gives the strength to believe.
our very souls, rising till it lifts us up, so everyone can see. Restoring there's not a star in heaven that we can reach. Yeah, we're breaking free. This is truth, this is faith, and together we see it coming. Not a want, but a need, both of us breaking free. Soaring, there's no star in heaven that we can reach. If we're trying, yeah, we're breaking to get to the place to be all that we can be. No the world can see us in a way that's different than who we are.
Good job, Rick! Thank you for your effort. We surely enjoyed it. Now, to present our awards, may we call on Teacher Jen for the presentation of the awards.
Here are the awards for preschool students. Tordilia Aaron Axel M. Best in Math, Best in English, Best in Science, Talented Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Buban Arnea Sandria V. Best in Social Studies, Creative Award. Pecayo Maria Theon G. Best in Filipino, Compassionate Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Here are the awards for Grade 1 students. Bandola Kent Gerald A. With Honors, Joshua Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Lakdao Dan Louis Incent D. With Honors, Best in Araling Panlipunan, Paul Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Liorin Brent Anthony C. With Honors, Joseph Award. Luna Ron Kalel M. With Honors, Daniel Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Barlaan Noel Elena P. With High Honors, Best in English, Lydia Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Federico Cassandra Genil U. With High Honors, Best in Math, Best in Filipino, Ruth Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Lozano Nia Isabel A. With Honors, Esther Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Here are the awards for Grade 2 students. Baros Eros Lior with honors, Jonathan Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Blancada Jericho with honors, Barnabas Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Villanueva Avin Kian with honors, Barnabas Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Violante Harvey with honors, Moses Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Derequito Rain Isabel with high honors, Best in Math, Ruth Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Luna Jazara Danica with honors, Best in English, Ruth Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Solis Georgina Ann Rain with high honors, Best in Araling Panlipunan, Best in Filipino, Esther Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Tan Vanessa Joy with honors, Lydia Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Here are the awards for grade 3 students. Barabat Zian Kedrick M, Moses Award. Pan Mike Alexander E with honors, Jonathan Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Ardales Precious Saili with honors, Best in Araling Panlipunan, Deborah Award, Perfect Attendance Award. De Las Alas Brianna Yvonne A with honors, Lydia Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Gonzales Myri Francois F with high honors, Best in Science, Best in Math, Ruth Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Violanta Cyril Jane M with honors, Best in Filipino, Best in English, Esther Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Here are the awards for grade 4 students. Barlaan Derek Mateo P with high honors, Best in Araling Panlipunan, Best in English, Joshua Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Pasqua Zid Aaron B with honors, Jonathan Award. Wasay Cricket Lizni E with honors, Esther Award. France Alia Jade P with high honors, Best in Filipino, Best in Math, Ruth Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Luna Maria Cassandria with high honors, Best in Science, Joanna Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Here are the awards for grade 5 students. Adarlo Kyle Jewel A with honors, Jonathan Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Gonzales Mark John B with honors, Best in Math, Best in English, Joshua Award. Gonzales Prince Horizon F with honors, Paul Award. Terrible Jamiel, Jonathan Award. Pasqua Jillian Lois B with high honors, Best in Filipino, Best in Science, Ruth Award, Camper of the Year. Fresno Yekesha S. With honors, Best in Araling Panlipunan, Lydia Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Tindok Honey Jane L. With honors, Esther Award.
Thank you, Teacher Jen. And to all students, congratulations! But we are not done yet. But again, let's pause for a moment because now we will witness another special number from the grade 1 students. Let's give them a round of applause.
We're soaring high like an eagle. Never will don't lose hope. We're all together. Maybe it's something we can do by helping each other. Trusting the Lord and He will find you strength. Maybe it's something we can do by sharing each other.
Thank you, grade 1 students. You are all adorable and awesome this day. Now, let us continue giving our awards to be led by Ma'am Jen.
Here are the grade 7 students. Asibuque Ulysses Paul P. With honors, Joseph Award. Buban Francis Geraldon Tudor. With honors, Best in Araling Panlipunan, Best in Math, Joshua Award. Labampa Jana C. With honors, Best in English, Best in Science, Deborah Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Tindok Princess Nicole R. With honors, Best in Filipino, Ruth Award. Here are the grade 8 students. Hecolea Don Juan L. Paul Award. Lauro Francis Lawrence M. Jonathan Award. Malaborbor Añano Adrian B. With honors, Best in Filipino, Best in Science, Moses Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Prudente Chris Benedict R. Joseph Award. Rayalon Franco Luis A. David Award. Trillanes Rain Angelo. With honors, Joshua Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Baros Wera Gimerl E. With honors, Best in English, Best in Araling Panlipunan, Best in Math, Esther Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Mulieda Johanna Venice S. Johanna Award. Here are the awards for grade 9 students. Banatin Josh Benedict B. With honors, David Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Derequito Kurt Rainier L. With honors, Moses Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Natividad Gabriel F. With honors, Best in Filipino, Best in Mathematics, Joshua Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Obrero Justin M. Jonathan Award, Perfect Attendance Award. Lakdaw Daira Irish D. With high honors, Best in Araling Panlipunan, Best in English, Best in Science, Ruth Award, Perfect Attendance Award, Camper of the Year. Malaborbor Christine Joyce and B. With honors, Deborah Award. Mariales Ruth T. With honors, Esther Award. Lyle Year-End Awards for Grade 1. Top 1, Noel Elena Barlaan. Top 2, Nia Isabel Lozano. Top 3, Dan Louis Incent Lakdaw. For Grade 2. Top 1, Georgina Ann Rain Solis. Top 2, Jazara Danica Luna. Top 3, Rain Isabel Derequito. For Grade 3. Top 1, Mike Alexander Tan. Top 2, Myri Francois Gonzalez. Top 3, Brianna Yvonne de las Alas. For Grade 4. Top 1, Derek Mateo Barlaan. Top 2, Maria Cassandria Luna. Top 3, Aliyah Jade France. For Grade 5. Top 1, Mark John Gonzalez. Top 2, Jillian Lois Pasqua. Top 3, Honey Jane Tindok. For Grade 7. Top 1, Jana Labampa. Top 2, Princess Nicole Tindok. Top 3, Ulysses Paul Asibuque. For Grade 8. Top 1, Wera Gimerl Baros. Top 2, Rain Trillanes. Top 3, Chris Benedict Prudente. for grade 9. Top 1, Kurt Rainier de Riquito. Top 2, Daira Irish Lakdao. Top 3, Ruth Meriales.
Congratulations again to all the students. I can see the happiness in your faces today. You did a great job and all of you deserves that awards. Congratulations. Now, may we call on the grade 7, the grade 8, the grade 9 to present us their energetic special number. Let's watch this.
Tasting insane, there is one thing that I know. Deep down inside, no, I can't do life alone. Sue said the will be soaring high above the stars that come. I'll be your shining light. All you gotta do is trust me, I promise you. You don't have to worry, don't you be afraid. I'll never ever let go. I know every prayer coming from your heart. I'll never ever let go.
You on my team, I'm living for eternity. You said we will be soaring high above the storms that come. I'll be your shining light. All you gotta do is trust me, I promise you. You don't have to worry, don't you be afraid. I'll never ever let you go. I know every prayer coming from your heart. I'll never ever let you do the darkest season. I'll be your guide, and I'll be by your side. You don't have to worry, don't you be afraid. I'll never ever let go. I'll never ever let go. Soaring high above the storms that come, I'll be your shining light. All you gotta do is trust me, I promise you.
You have to worry, don't you be afraid. I never ever let go. I know every prayer coming from your heart. I'll never ever let you darkest see. I'll be your guide, and I'll be by your side. You have to worry, don't you be afraid.
Never ever let, I will be with you, no I'll never let go. I will be with joy, no I'll never let go. I'll never ever let go.
Thank you, high school students. Indeed, that everybody did a great job. You all deserve that. Let us give a warm welcome to Ma'am Cora de Guzman for our closing remarks.
Before we close today's ceremony, I would like to take this opportunity to say congratulations to our students, parents, and teachers for helping us to arrive at this moment. To you, our dear students, it is clearly seen the outstanding achievement you desire. Though this achievement makes us confident and proud, it does not end here. The effort, hardship, and stress you experienced in the past 2 years of online learning, now here you are, closing another chapter of your study with a feeling of relief and excitement because a new beginning is coming. As we are always telling you, keep on striving to reach your goals. But always remember, the one who gives you the strength, the God who sees your heart's desire. God has a definite plan in your life, and surely it is the best. Only if you will allow Him to be a part of your dreams. To our dear parents, we salute you. These young minds will not be as they are now if you neglected to support them. Their success is your success. We appreciate the partnership with you, parents. Another year is done and another year is coming. We are so blessed having you as our partners. Here at Hope of Glory, we are praying to have another year of good partnership with you. To you, our dear teachers, our hero, my hero, your doubtless effort, love and concern and sleepless nights preparing for your students are highly appreciated and well worth mentioning. You are indeed the pillars of our learning center, where dreams are inspired to become a reality. Teachers, your labor is not in vain. As I close, let us all give God all the glory for this day's success. Good morning and congratulations.
Good morning, everyone. For our announcement, starting May 23 is our enrollment for summer classes. Or even today, as early as today, you can enroll your kids na po dahil June 6 is the start of our summer classes. So, June 6 to July 6 po ang ating summer, 1-month-long classes for our kids. Ito po yung mga summer courses natin. Okay, reading readiness for nursery, ang age po niya is 3. And for pre-kinder, ang age niya po ay 4. Second course po natin is Learning to Read program for kinder. Kailangan po 5 years old siya, yung ating mga papasok na kinder by August 31. Reading and Writing for grade 1, kailangan po 6 years old siya by August 31. At meron din po tayong mga tutorials, math, science, English for all levels. Okay po? So, on May 27 is our card giving day. It's a Friday po, kaya malayo-layo pa yon. So, paghandaan nyo na po yung card. Okay, on August 20, parents orientation po natin. This is for school year 2022 to 2023. August 20, parents orientation. August 22, pupils orientation. And on August 24, classes begin for school year 2022-2023. That's all. Maraming salamat po and good day po.
of Glory Christian School of Calamba. Oh, hail to our alma mater for teaching us the good and the right way, the fear of God to serve the Lord with all our hearts. We shall bear the torch of your everlasting light. Forever we will proclaim your victory. Through the Bible, the values you formed in us will be cherished through the years of our lives. Oh, hail to you, our alma mater, hope of glory, Christian School of Calamba. Instilling in our minds we are all special, created to the image of the Creator, with skills and talents the Lord endowed to us. You help us grow for the glory of God. We shall bear the torch of your everlasting light. Forever we will proclaim your victory. Through the Bible, the values you formed in us will be cherished through the years of our lives. Oh, hail to you, our alma mater, hope of glory, Christian School of Calamba. We shall bear the torch of your everlasting light. Forever we will proclaim your victory. Through the Bible, the values you formed in us will be cherished through the years of our lives. Oh, hail to you, our alma mater, hope of glory, Christian School of Calamba.
Again, congratulations to everybody. Now, to end our program this day, may we call on Ma'am Jen for our closing prayer.
Sige po, tayo pong lahat ay manalangin. Panginoon, salamat po sa natapos po naming Recognition Day. At Lord, marami po kaming bagay na dapat ipagpasalamat sa inyo. Panginoon, unang-una po, Panginoon, dahil napagtagumpayan po namin ang klase po namin, ang buong isang taon, Panginoon, napagtagumpayan po namin ito. At Lord, maraming din po salamat, Panginoon, sa katalinuhan at karunungan na binigay niyo po sa aming mga bata, Lord God, sa pagtutyaga ng mga magulang, sa pagtutyaga din po ng mga teachers, maging lang mga bata din po, Panginoon. Maraming po salamat, Panginoon, dahil ang katagumpayan po ng aming programa ngayon ay galing po sa inyo. Kayo po ang lahat na nag-control nito, Panginoon. Maraming po salamat muli. At binabalik po namin sa inyo lahat ng kapurihan sa matamis na pangalan ni Jesus. Amen.
Congratulations, students! Don't forget to thank your parents and express your gratitudes towards them today. And don't forget also to thank the Lord for giving us the wisdom, the knowledge, because without Him, we cannot do anything. Again, school year 2021 to 2022 is a success to everybody. Congratulations, everyone. To God be all the glory. God bless you.